Hi everyone, in this video we are going to learn about multiplication and division of algebraic fractions. But before we do that, let's look at some simple fractions as we want to learn about the concepts, especially for simplification. Right? For fractions, whenever we simplify fractions, when we multiply, we can simplify in both two ways. One is vertically, the other one is diagonally. Right? So let's say we want to simplify this. 9 and 15 can be divided by 3, and 4 and 24 we can divide by 4. So by doing that, we simplify the fractions, and then we can just multiply across 5 times 1 and 6 times 3, and you'll get 5/18. As for divide, we need to invert the fraction at the back, not the front one, the fraction at the back. So after inverting it, we can simplify like what we did just now. We can simplify diagonally, divide by 5 and divide by 4. So after that, this is just for you to understand. You can actually skip this step and write the final answer as 3/5. So that's the concept that we want to apply when we deal with algebraic fractions. So for the first example, for this example, there's no simplification needed. You just multiply across numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. This step you can practice at the beginning, but later on you can actually skip this step. Alright, so just remember to multiply the term when you expand the bracket, multiply to both terms. So this is the final answer, that we can just leave it as this form. Alright, for the second example, now we see all this, we will apply the laws of indices for multiplication and division. When we divide indices, we minus. When we multiply indices, we add. So again, we apply the simplification rule. We can simplify top and bottom or diagonally. So let's do it step by step. First, we try to simplify top and bottom. 8 and 6, we divide by 2, we get this. Y and power 4 and y we can divide, so the power is subtracted by 1, 4 becomes 3, and this y is no longer present. So we rewrite everything, and the next step, we look at this. We want to simplify diagonally, so we can simplify the number first. 3 and 9 divide by 3, we get 3 only. X can be cancelled off with the 3, 2 is remain. And now we look at this part. 2 and 4, we divide by 2. Oh, I forgot to write 3 here. Right. Y cancel off with 3, we get 2. So you rewrite everything, and the last step is just to multiply across. So that's our final answer. So in this example, it's okay that you rewrite it again and cancel it off, so that you can see clearly how you simplify. Right? For the next example, this example requires factorization. As you can see, this expression can be factorized by 2, right? But we can also simplify across diagonally. So the very first step, we simplify 4 and 20, we divide by 4, we get 5 and 1. And at the same time, we factorize this part. Now we can see x minus 2 and x minus 2. We can also simplify it in that way. So what remains is this 1 times 5/2, so the answer is just 5/2. Right? Alright, for the last example, now in this case we have divide, so remember, and we have division, we invert the fraction at the back. So that's step 1. Step 2, we can simplify diagonally. So 5 and 30 can be simplified to 6. And this part, we can factorize it to this, and we can further simplify, cancel. So what's left, we can still simplify 6 over 4, which is 3 over 2, and the final answer is 3 over 2. Right? So just remember, when we simplify fraction, first it must be in multiplication form. We can simplify it vertically or diagonally. And for division, we must invert the fraction at the back. So that's all for this lesson on multiplying and dividing algebraic fractions.